With thanks to Giorgio Braccalia and Caesar Barta, we will be showing and sharing with you the archaeological find of archaeologist Dr. Nitowski's video and her research, who tested samples of soil found on the foot and the knee of the Shroud of Turin. Why was there soil found on the feet of the shroud? The Gospels tell us Jesus walked to his crucifixion site carrying his cross. So this may be why there was soil found on the feet of the shroud. This is in perfect agreement with all the 4 Gospels.
So they took charge of Jesus. He went out carrying his cross and came to the place of the skull, as it is called. In Hebrew it is called Golgotha.
Why was there soil found on the knee of the shroud? The Gospels do not tell us Jesus fell. However, Luke, Mark and Matthew tell us Jesus needed help by Simon to carry his cross. As Jesus needed help, for this reason it is believed Jesus fell carrying his cross, which explains why there was soil found on the knee of the shroud. Certain shroud scholars also believe one of the knees on the person of the shroud shows damage from a fall. It is also worth noting archaeologist Dr. Nitowski discovered soil on the man's nose on the face of the shroud. Simon believes this is in perfect agreement with Simon, a Syrian carrying his cross after falling.
As they were going out, they met a man from Cyrene named Simon, and they forced him to carry the cross. They came to...
As Jesus fell, he would have hit the ground with his knee first and then his nose.
So they took charge of Jesus. He went out carrying his cross and came to the place.
Where were the soil shroud samples taken from? The shroud soil samples came from the sticky tape of Sturm that were on the Shroud of Turin, which was given to archaeologist Dr. Nitowski for testing by Ray Rogers, one of America's finest scientists, who was director of the Shroud of Turin research project team in 1978, who was against the authenticity of the Turin shroud and concluded the shroud was a medieval hoax, but then converted and admitted the shroud is far older than results suggested and could be the genuine article as many Christians claim. Where were the soil samples from to be used to match the shroud samples? Archaeologist Dr. Nitowski collected soil samples from 9 sites. 1. Emmaus, 2. Jericho at Herod's palace, 3. Qumran, and 4. Bethshan, 5. Sepphoris, 6 and 7 from Beth Sheharim, 8. Jerusalem, and 9. Mount Carmel. The Jerusalem samples are further identified as from tombs near the Damascus Gate. The 9 different test sites in Israel were then analysed. The soil throughout the sites change and do not match either Jerusalem or the Shroud of Turin. Only the sample taken from the Jerusalem tomb near the Damascus Gate matched the soil on the shroud. The shroud soil samples from the sticky tape was identical to soil samples tested at Damascus Gate in Jerusalem, which is opposite the Garden Tomb, believed to be the tomb of Jesus owned by Joseph of Arimathea. Simon is also preparing to undertake a further soil test of his samples from the sepulchral grave of Jesus in the Garden Tomb, to see if it matches the soil tested by archaeologist Dr. Nitowski on the Shroud of Turin and at Damascus Gate in Jerusalem, opposite the garden tomb. With a further test of Simon's samples of the great stone at Mount Nebo and his samples of the garden tomb exterior, we hope to report the test for Easter. He believes the further test will be similar to a DNA test and can be used in a court of law.